Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Repton the Lost Realms. In the last video I completed screen C of the Andante levels and I said that there was just one level remaining for that set. I started a video on the next level and after a few minutes I discovered that it was impossible to complete. So at that point I had a few different choices. I could have just gotten as far with it as I could and maybe shown off why I believed it to be impossible. I could have gone into the editor and fixed it so that it was possible. I decided not to do either of those. For one thing, it is, in any case, an unfinished level set, so I was never going to get to that final completion screen with the competition code. And I also felt maybe it was a little bit unfair to the level designer to show off an impossible level that was only impossible because we had never noticed this before and given him the chance to submit a fixed version. Of course, if this project ever is picked up again, then the level may well end up being fixed and included. But for now, I think I will just move on. So, the Moderato screens, which come next, are another unfinished level set, just 3 levels. As I explained, though, this is a bit of an artificial construct, because when we were putting together the Secret Realms, we were asking for levels that would go into this middle area of the game, and we were undecided whether that middle area would consist of 1 level set or 2. So I've decided to present them in this format for this video series, but the levels may not have ended up in these places if they'd been included at all. In particular, the first level might be a little harder than you might expect for the first level of a set. But again, that may not have been its final position. So, let's... Oh, and before I start, all 3 of these levels were submitted by a designer who wished to remain anonymous, although his style is pretty recognisable if you have seen some of his contributions to other Repton level sets. So we have the unusual blue, yellow and cyan colour scheme, which was used in Repton 2 but hasn't appeared in the Lost Realms up to now. And right at the start, I'm a bit nervous about making a first move because I see that the cage below Repton will have to be connected eventually. So let's put the map on and, as you can see, quite a complicated looking level. Now, there is a standard pattern for 4 rocks to land and connect a cage. There are 4 rocks in this room. I noticed a spirit going past, and I think that spirit must be going round the wall cluster just ahead of where Repton starts. So, not clear how to release that spirit, except by spirit ferrying, which might be tricky. However, I think it could be done. So I'm going to give it a try. If I'm right in my interpretation, then it doesn't matter which diamond I take first. I'm scanning the level for rock-on-safe traps. I do notice that about the middle left, there is a rock on a safe, but it can fall to the left harmlessly. There's a rock on a safe just below Repton, which appears that it would have no consequences if that falls, although it might release a spirit. Let's find out. There is a spirit here and it's yellow. Now the significance of that is, of course, there's a yellow cage right here. Well, there's the one we've been talking about for the last 2 minutes. There's also one there, which it could reach by going through the blue cage. I'm not sure at this point if we need it to go into a particular one of those rather than the other. Anyhow, let's try to get this spirit connected. So, as I mentioned, it looks like spirit ferrying is maybe the only way to achieve this. I could also use both rocks to the right of the wall cluster, but then I can't... actually, yes, then I could still reuse both of them for the lower cage. So that would seem to be the solution. There's another spirit. So now if I lower that rock by 1 square, this one can come across and that one can be pushed. So all of these can go down now and that cage will be connected. Now, is there any mystery here? I don't think so. This looks simple. Just step across. The absorbency is 1. Good to know. 3 minutes left. I have rather been using up a lot of time. It seems the only way out from this starting room is either through the corridor to my left, but then I'm stuck. Yes. I've just seen that there's another rock on safe I didn't take into account just to the left here. And if that rock falls, then it will block access to that area. Therefore, I need to go into that area first. However, if I go down the earth corridor just above this chamber, then the 3 rocks will block it. So I can't take the key yet. I think I have to go in there and rescue that diamond. But then how to continue? I cannot see a way. So I probably wanted the blue spirit to go into this cage here, still in a way that would have made it possible to connect this cage later, of course. I do notice that one other way to connect the cage would be rocks here and here, which does not permanently trap the safe. So let's give that a try. So I want to block this cage off while releasing the spirit. I also... I also want to block this off, which is not easy to do because I took this diamond, which I should not have done. Okay. I will have to shuffle the rock, of course, because I cannot take the key yet. So I hope it's clear that this is a much more complicated level than the Andante levels, and that's why I felt that moving it into a completely separate level set might be an idea. Now, how many blue cages are remaining on the level? The reason I ask is that I know that there's a blue spirit against the far right wall. There. And that room is accessed through a blue cage, so if those are the only two remaining blue cages, which I'm pretty sure they are, then the remaining blue spirit, wherever it is, has to go into the lower cage. So, for one thing, I must not roll the bottom rock any further so that the rock on the safe can fall off. And, in fact, I'll show what I mean now, because oops, no. I meant to get the key first, so this would fall off, and then drop that one down, so the rock would be here connecting the cage while that one was open. I also, however, I think need to take this diamond and then drop a rock down here, which can only be this rock. So how can I create a situation... Well, wasn't it already the case that the rock will roll off the absorbaline pill and can be pushed right? Yes. Okay. Of course, another reason, or an advantage to restarting, is that I get back the time that was spent just talking in between takes. So, don't yet know if I want to do anything more with this column of rocks. Let's leave them for now. So our yellow spirit is already coming around, and we'll go in there. There is a yellow cage here. I don't know if I wanted to... See, this yellow cage is blocked off, so it would have been possible to ensure that the spirit went all the way around and went in that cage. Oh, there's 3 yellow spirits and a blue one up there. Okay, it seems the only way, realistically, to release them without dying is to take one of the transporters when I'm in that area. This is horrendously complicated. And yet each step of the level can be worked out logically, a step at a time. If those 3 yellow spirits are... They're not the only ones left. There is a 4th yellow spirit on the level somewhere. Let's keep exploring and try to find it. So I want to explore as much level area as I can right now, so I'll push this. Come down and get another pill. Now, to go through those 2 doors, I would have to get another pill, and there is one just to the right that does not look very easy to get, but I can get it. So if I open one door first, let this rock roll to the right, and then walk down. Now I could continue to the right. The question is, do I want to? Well, it's very unlikely that the last yellow spirit is there. Let's look through here. Beginning to think it's also in the top left area somewhere. Another thing I don't know is how fast the fungus is on this level. I've made it impossible to get that diamond as well. There it is. Okay, so if I take this diamond and step aside, the rock will come down first, and then the balloon will will land here and trap this absorbaline, which may or may not be a bad thing. If released now, this spirit will go into the top left cage, which does give me access to the 3 spirits, but not in a good way. I almost certainly do want to send it into the top middle cage, which means that the column of 5 rocks near the middle should have maybe been dealt with in a better way earlier. But if even one of those had been pushed to the left, then the room where the rock corner safe was would have become inaccessible. This is going to be a very long video, and I will definitely only do 1 level in this. Another thing is that just below, it is also rather awkward that I don't have a mouse pointer. So just below this cage, there's a diamond next to the safe, so I could access the lower part of the level earlier, but do I want to? Probably not. No, I think I was doing things right up to the point where I connected this yellow cage too soon. Because what I actually want is for this yellow spirit to go all the way around and into the top cage, which I will need to unblock. I have a reason for taking that earth. So here, one of those 2 rocks is going to come to the right. And if I'd taken this diamond, it would land there. But by leaving that diamond and taking the earth here, I can push that out of the room, and then I'm still okay if another rock falls down here later, which I think is probably going to happen. So, time for more experimentation. Where do these transporters go? Okay, that's actually a decent outcome. Although I haven't opened a door yet, so the pill that I took is wasted, and there was no choice but to take that pill. Although I can push the rock to the right here to avoid taking this other pill, so everything I just said, cancel it. Blue goes there, which is great. That's what I want. We have a little bit of a puzzle here. I can't unblock this yellow cage until after that blue cage has been opened, although I can let this rock down now. So, to get in here, I have no choice but to let the balloon up. If I let this balloon roll off the diamond, then I'm stuck. So I want to... Well, taking this can't be bad, so there we are. That lets the spirit out. I did not expect the other yellow spirit to be there. Okay, one of the yellow spirits has gone into that cage, which is great. Where is the... Oh, of course, the remaining yellow cage is this one. No, and there's also the cage in the bottom left by the egg. So there should be... Right, I've discovered there's a yellow spirit in the bottom right, which is not released yet. So I can take this now. I'm a bit worried about that rock, but it's not actually going to get in the way. And solving this puzzle gives me access to a time capsule. I'm happy about that. At this point, I should probably just wait for the blue spirit. There it is. And then the yellow spirit, so that when I go down this corridor, neither one is trapped. And just as I was moving my finger over to the pause hotkey, the spirit appeared. So a good chunk of the level is cleared up now. One thing this lets me do is come down here and take these so that when I push this rock, well, I don't even need to push it at all, but if I pushed it, it would roll off the skull. Same applies to a rock coming down here, which is very likely to happen when I go into that corner of the level. But I don't have to do that anytime soon because I have absorbency still, so I can go through this corridor now and unblock access between the parts of the level later. I think... Okay, let's in fact just do this now. So let that down, take this diamond. Now I can let that rock down. Okay, and now I can go along this corridor and anytime I need an absorbency. Okay, things are beginning to unravel for certain. I'm not sure if we're that close to finishing the level, but this is good progress. I need to open up access there. And the remaining spirit can be sent into its cage. That whole cluster is not connected to the outer wall at the moment. Also, I do need to think about how I will eventually kill the monster. But connecting the cluster is at least should be fairly simple because I can just do this. I don't know if it will help, but let's take that. Now again, I just don't know how many doors I will eventually need to open. There are 7 doors remaining on the level. I have absorbency now. There are... I see 7 pills left. So I don't need every pill. That's interesting. And of course, it's not necessarily required to open every door. So maybe it's okay if this pill becomes blocked. However, there is a temptation to open this door, drop the egg, and drop a rock on it, which would block this pill as well, unless I find a door that I want to open. That spirit should come back down pretty soon. Like that one. Oh, one of the pills is behind these 3 doors. A detail I didn't notice. Time is running out as well. Be careful there. There is another time capsule under those balloons, though. So that pill can just be taken. However, okay. Let's do this corner of the level now. Ooh, how do I do this corner? What if I... Never mind that, let's run and grab the time capsule. Okay, I have an absorbency, so I will go to the bottom corner. Again, I'm not letting any fungus out until it's necessary, because in Lost Realms there is no way to predict how what fungus speed has been set for a level. I could go to the level editor and look it up. I'm not going to do that because that would not be available to players who have not beaten the level yet in the game, so it would feel like cheating for me. I can now take this. Yeah, take this, go back. take this and go back instead of using that one on the nearby door, which would otherwise be tempting. But if I did that, I would be stuck. So I do it this way round. And if this transporter goes somewhere that's okay, which it does, also, I can start to have a look at this puzzle now, because I would rather like to have access to the remaining time capsule. So I see that if I lower the rock, I have an easy kill on this monster. Of course, the third colour being cyan means that monsters are also cyan. This level. So let's grab these while we're nearby. And I see that if I grab these, the rocks will fall into a formation that makes it easy for me to get in and out. At this point, I think it's okay maybe to release the fungus. It is fast growing. But I can, yes, I can roll this rock down and that area is completely blocked off, and the most recent transporter destination was not there, so. We're almost done. The remaining monster I think I'll kill with the group of 6 rocks on the left. Then it's just a matter of the final balloon release puzzle around the bottom of the level and hoping that I don't trap that very bottom diamond. If all goes well with that and I don't get killed by the fungus, then we're good to go. And I have spent more than half an hour on a single level. I don't know if the 3 Moderato levels are difficulty ordered at all. So this is not necessarily the easiest of the 3. We'll have to find out. Grab that for 10 points. Everything is done except this cluster, so I think what I should do is just let the first rock roll left and hope. Okay. That was a tough cookie, but we did it. Thank you for watching, if you have managed to watch this all the way through to the end. And I will see you next time for the next level.